DynamicCarStore.com to get the cars. Icons, legends aiming at the stars. Hursty at checkout to save your points. Now your bank account won't be staying empty. DynamicCarStore.com. Use code Hursty. Go on.
Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to the QPR Career Mode, episode number 53 I believe, and we'll be starting off today's episode with our Europa League game. I've completely forgot the name of the competition then. The Europa League game up against Brøndby. Going to be a tough game, but going to be a game hopefully that we can go ahead and win. We won our first leg against Brøndby. I think it was 3-1 in the end, so that's obviously a pretty darn good start for us. And then we have Leicester in the league. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually potentially going to simulate the first half of the game against Brøndby because it means that we might potentially be able to get an extra game in against Crystal Palace and get a cheeky third game in today's episode. And I think that would be quite good. And also it gives us a little bit extra time to see if we are getting any outgoings of players. We've got a couple of players that we will potentially be selling off. So it'd be interesting to see if anyone does come in for any of the players, and it just gives us like an extra week's worth of dates to sim through to see if anyone comes through. So we're probably going to try and simulate the first half. If I think we can simulate the second half as well against Brøndby, then we will, with a fairly healthy first leg, 3 away goals, so we should be looking okay. But we'll start simulating, and I'll see you guys either at the game or as and when we hear anything back. Okay, so a couple of loan deals coming through here. So Elliot Park is going to be going off on loan for a season-long loan with no option to buy, which is fantastic for me. I'm not even sure how you... What is that? Piast Glue... you know what? These guys. He's off on a season-long loan. Best of luck, mate. Hopefully get some game time out there. And then Baka, they're looking for a loan to buy. We're going to be saying no to the loan to buy. But a year-long loan, I wouldn't say no to. It would mean that Senny does stay for another season. So for now, we will potentially look to accept that. Just want to double check that actually I haven't accidentally said no. I haven't sold or loaned out. No, we haven't. We're okay. Cool. Right. Let's go ahead and get this as a 1-year loan with no option to buy and see what they say to that. Vitesse Arnhem, he might get a little bit of game time out there. They've probably got a slightly higher rated than a 62, but who knows? It might get a little bit of game time. Okay, so you can see the team we have got lined up here. Ramsdale, Hammerline and Webster, Dickey, Ludwig, Agu coming in for Amos because Amos was quite tired. Elianusi starting, Ilias Chair starting at cam. Obafemi's going to start up top. Chalabar and Todd on the right. You can see obviously they've still got their 5 at the back. Bit of rotation. There's no Bright on the bench. Charlie Kelman's made his way onto the bench. John Ball, I believe, is on the bench as well. Again, just for fitness reasons. So we'll simulate this game. We'll see if anything comes of it and if we get anything particularly to pay attention to. Hopefully no injuries. That's the main thing here. And again, worst case scenario, it will just be the first half and then we jump into the second. But if we're able to simulate the entire game, obviously that would be fantastic for us. So we'll see how we do in the game today. That's a nice little interception there from Chalabar. And again, the reason I've rotated Obafemi again is to try and, if possible, not have to play Lyndon Dykes. I'm just trying to rest a couple of people for the cup game, or the league game, sorry. There we go. Ilias Chair straight off the bat, picking himself up a goal. 4-1 on aggregate, which is absolutely fantastic. That is definitely what we needed, definitely what we wanted to see. A nice early goal to give us a 3-goal cushion, which is perfect, honestly. That, I think, really does put us in a very, very good position going forward now. So as long as we can really kind of stick to this trend, if it gets particularly crazy with the scoreline, then we might just quick sim it because I don't think we'll have too much left to do and I don't think we'll have too much to worry about. But again, hopefully a good couple of performances. I've got Pepe Arce on the bench as well to potentially bring on at some point. Again, just kind of resting him a little bit because if I'm going to play him in a lot of games this season, which is likely going to be the case, to try and get that rating up, as he sat on a 65 base and 70 rating with his current form. It'll be interesting to see if we can get him, you know, to sort of 70 base rating this season minimum would be fantastic to really boost that rating and really start getting him to the potential we know he can get to. Got the ball on this wing here, but sadly it is a slightly wasted chance there from Todd and it opens us up for a bit of a counter-attack. Hopefully we can see this one out. As long as we don't concede now in this first half, I think we'll probably quick sim the second half. I'll make my changes. I'll make sure that the changes and the substitutions do come on because that didn't happen last time, just to make sure players aren't getting absolutely run ragged. But Ilias on the edge of the box here, worked it inside, plays it into the middle. Sadly, it's a bit of a wasted chance and it is cleared by the defenders. You can see form-wise, we're absolutely outplaying them right now. They really aren't offering too much in regards to a threat for us. So as long as we kind of ease them out of this game, which is looking like we are doing right now, which is fantastic. Just stopping them really from creating too much, getting the ball forward relatively quickly when we get it. As you can see here, Obafemi working his way into the box and is tackled. That's a bit of a shame. But they've offered absolutely nothing. Like, looking at the stats, we've had one shot and one chance. They haven't had any. So it has been a bit of a sort of in the middle of the park kind of game. Not too much going on. And the ref will probably blow his whistle after this chance here that Brøndby do have. But they've played it backwards, and that is going to be half-time. We're going to make all of our changes right now. Just, again, to just kind of encourage a little bit of rotation. I'm going to bring in Charlie Kelman. We're going to take out... who am I going to take out? I'll take out Todd. Todd is quite tired. Who can I bring on there? I'm going to bring on Pepe Arce, even though I didn't really want to. And play him at cam, and then Ilias Chair on the right now. And we'll bring on Dumball. I'll take off Chalobah and I'll bring on Dumball. Again, just a little bit of rotation. Gives him a little bit of fitness to Chalobah as and when we get into it. Let me just wait for the game to kick off. There we go. I'll cue that pause. Jump to result. We won 1-0 in the end, so that was the full-time chance. We had a second shot. They had their first. Nice and easily through. We have made it through the first stage. That is good to see. Okay, so Park's loan deal was actually broken down. By the looks of things, that either means he didn't want to go there or just something was wrong. Like, I don't know, but he's not going there. A couple of match rescheduled, which obviously means that we've got our next round as well. Charlie Kelman with a loan to buy. Don't really want to do a loan to buy for Kelman, but I will happily send him out on loan for the season and see if they're willing to accept that. As Santos, that's a team in Brazil. That's where Neymar was, I believe, originally. So he will potentially get some game time out there. Let's have a little look-see and double-check to see if those rescheduled games are to do with our second knockout stage. It is. We are up against... I honestly don't recognise that badge at all. I would be lying to you if I said I particularly feel like I know that team. Apologies, but we're against Jagiellonia? I don't know. We're against them. Sure, hopefully we can see that one through as well. Fantastic stuff. It doesn't really change our episode today in regards to playing against Leicester, but it does mean we'll probably play that game next instead. So we're going to get Leicester and our next round of the Europa League qualifiers, the first part, get that started too. Awesome. Okay, so up against Leicester. As you can see, there was a reason I rotated plenty in that Europa League game, because there are loads of tired players here. Dickey is very, very tired, but it has to start because I don't really have too many other options. Carter Vickers comes in for a very tired Webster. Ozzy Kakai starts at right back. Fisher's had to cover in for Hammerleinen. Amos has made his way back in. Chalobah's going to stay in. Morgan has to come in as Ellis Todd is absolutely knackered. Pepe Arce stays in. Ilias Chair's tired. Elianusi's tired. Loads of very, very tired legs. Kelman's on the bench. We've got a young bench as well here. Just to show you very quickly, look, we've got Obafemi, Kelman, Dunn, Ball, and then we've got Masterson coming in. I very nearly started Masterson over Dickey, but I need that first 45 minutes. I'm going to need Rob Dickey to stay on there because these two up against Leicester, it's going to be a tough old game. You can see they've still got a very good side. And Leicester last season, if I remember correctly, did cause us some problems. Traore, Castagna and Nsame up top there is going to be problematic for us. But hopefully we see this one through. It's going to be a tough game, but 3 points are needed. Okay, away to Leicester. Going to be another away game up against the Europa League team in the next game as well. But it's going to be a tough one. Leicester City, a very good team, obviously in current sort of real life at the moment. I would argue they're probably one of the new quote-unquote big six in regards to top six teams consistently. So I think it's going to be a tough one here for us. They're currently in 7th. We're currently in 6th. Obviously both winning our first game, so this would be a good chance to maybe just pick up some points against a team that could potentially be a slight rival to us in trying to finish in those top 5 this season. So let's see how we do. A slightly rested and rotated side, but hoping for the same result. Go on, you Oz. Leicester has started pretty well here on the front foot. They're working it forward. Got to be careful not to let that pass through. Chalobah's going to have to try and step in, and he does so very, very well. Good interception or tackle from Chalobah. And now maybe we've got a slight chance to attack here on a bit of a counter. We haven't really got the pace that we're used to. Morgan not as quick as Ellis Todd. But Morgan has got the beat in there of, I believe it's Marcus Alonso, who himself isn't very quick. And we play it across, and Lyndon Dykes gets us 1-0 up. Lovely stuff there, I have to say, from Morgan. Really making an impact, coming in there and making a very, very good start to this game for us. Having the pace against Marcus Alonso. Obviously, I know he's not the quickest of players, but Marcus Alonso is even slower. And that pass across there, fantastic. And it gives Lyndon Dykes the easiest chance he's going to have to score a goal probably this game. 9 minutes in, second game of the season, and his second goal for Lyndon Dykes. He's picking up where he left off last season. Lovely stuff. 1-0 to QPR against really the odds. I have to say, I was not expecting to really get that goal, but we did a bit of a Leicester. We won the ball in our own half and started a bit of a counter, and we go 1-0 up. Lovely stuff. Bright with his first real chance on the ball here. Going to play it inside to Luke Amos. Bright is sort of cutting inside now. Hopefully, I was going to say, hopefully turn and make that run inside. But Luke Amos is going to try and set away Pepe Arce. Marcus Alonso just getting there. Real shame. It's been a bit of a countery sort of game. We're picking up the ball and trying to break through them, and they're kind of doing the same. They've had one shot, but it wasn't a particularly good one. They kind of shot from about 30 yards, which you don't really see the AI do very often. It flew well over the bar, but it's been a bit of a cagey game, but man, it's a bit of a chance for them to maybe break through. Carter Vickers though covering himself pretty well there. But Amos trying to get to that ball, but he can't. Adama Traore going to get the ball now with Fisher standing him up. Fisher trying to get in there, but he can't get in there quite how he wanted him to. Justin now on the ball. Justin's going to try and look inside, finds Kessie. Kessie is going to try and turn Carter Vickers, but Carter Vickers having none of it. Can we get this ball off them? Rob Dickey isn't going to get there, but Ramsdale makes the save as Nsame takes a very good strike on target. A much better chance there for Leicester. The best they've really played in this game so far. Tielemans having to hurdle that shot, but thankfully Ramsdale equal to it and does stop them getting back into it so far. Adama Traore is going to try and take it past Morgan. Morgan is going to struggle to get past him there. Thank God Tielemans was offside. Come on, boys. We're going to calm it and really try and get our foot back in this game now. We've lost the ball in a bit of a dodgy spot here. Chalobah's going to try and come across and try and tackle Tielemans. Kessie's going to get the ball. But again, Chalobah, I have to say, he has really stepped up to the plate in this game. He has been fantastic. A player who's a little bit tired, but has come in and really just had a big impact in this game so far. So it's really good to see. And it's given us maybe a chance to make a bit of an attack. Getting nearish to half-time here. But Pepe Arce is going to get this ball. Going to play it out to Morgan, who's getting a lot of the ball in this game. I have to say, he's not been quite as... Well, I'm not going to say I was expecting him to be bad. But obviously, he's like in his 50s. So, as in ratings, not age. So, I'm quite impressed that he's been getting on the ball as much as he has. And I haven't noticed him really being a big problem. But Ozzy Kakai, slightly heavy touch. It does just escape him there. And they do stop us on that attack. But there's not going to be long now until half-time. I imagine only a minute or so. Yeah, there is 1 minute added time. So we'll see this one out and see if we can stop them from making a last chance of the game. Castagna is going to be on the ball now. Ozzy Kakai is going to have to come across, try and stop this last ball from coming into the box. Ozzy, go on, my man. See him out. See him out. Yes, Osmerton. What a tackle that is. Half-time. Beautiful stuff. Good commitment to the end there, Ozzy. And half-time 1-0 up. I'll say it wasn't really against the run of play. The game was a little bit cagey anyway. But after the goal, I have to say, it's been mainly Leicester on the ball. We haven't had too much possession. They've kind of just kept it and stopped us really doing too much. The ball's been in our half quite a lot. You can see a lot of tired legs. Rob Dickey is going to have to make his way off. It is going to have to be Conor Masterson coming in. And I'm a little bit worried as to what we're going to do here. I will be honest with you. We've got a lot of tired legs and not too many options. I could bring on Dumble, but Chalobah has been fantastic. I think I'm just going to have to sacrifice Chalobah for the next game. He's been really good in this game, so I'm just going to let him see it out. I kind of want to take off Pepe Arce. I do kind of want to rest him for the second half because he's going to get very, very tired. But I don't really have the options. Charlie Kelman is not a cam. He just isn't a cam. He's also not a centre forward. Is he on a -3 anyway? He is. So you know what? We're going to play him there as a centre forward just behind Lyndon Dykes. Probably start Obafemi in the next game and go for it there. But that's probably going to have to be what we do. We don't really have the options. We're just going to have to stick it out. We've got quite a few players. As you can see, you've got Kelman, Morgan, Masterson and Kakai all on minus ratings. So it's not a particularly great outlook for us, but if we manage to win this game still and see this game out with the players we've got on the pitch here and we're able to rest players, I think that's a really good look for us. I think that will really put us in good stead for future games where we potentially have to rotate people. And hold on a second, start the second half, starting pretty nicely for us. Oh, I tried desperately to get that ball into Pepe Arce's left foot because he is left-footed, and I've wasted a very good chance there. Could have been 2-0, and I've overthought it. That's a real waste from me. Leicester again, sort of keeping the ball in this sort of final third chance here. Ball over the top there from Kessie. Going to play it to Tielemans with a very good effort on target. I have to say, hit the post. Honestly, I thought it was audacious taking the shot from there, but it wasn't as far as I thought it was, and it does hit the post and go wide. We've made our third substitution, by the way. Chalobah has come off because his stamina is through the floor. He is basically just running on fumes at this point. So he's gone off, and we have brought on Dumble. Dumble is hopefully going to just come on. Again, I'll play him for the Europa League game anyway. Dumble, he's only playing 20 minutes today, so he will get the fitness back, but just need a bit of rotation. Need Dom to come in and be a dominator today. That's what we need. They've got a chance here. Slimani, who has also just come onto the pitch, going to play it out wide now. Going to play it to Justin. Now, Justin is quite high up the pitch, so if we manage to win this back, This is a really good chance for us to try and set away Bright's side Samuel. Justin is going to put in a pretty poor cross, but Bright can't get across to it. Justin now has made his way back up, but we see Adama Traore running through the middle. Carter Vickers with a good step in. We're going to play it to Bright. This is our chance for Bright to absolutely just open up and get down this pitch now. He's got Daroon trying to close him down. Daroon is not a quick customer, so should not be keeping up with him. We're going to get this ball into the box. It's a good cross. Charlie Kelman gets on the end of it with an acrobatic finish, and that is 2-0 to QPR. He doesn't know where to go. Lyndon Dykes celebrates with him. Lovely stuff there. Charlie Kelman getting on the end of a very good cross from Bright. I thought it was just a bit too near to Schmeichel, but Charlie Kelman has got up there, and as I said, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon-esque, has got in Kung Fu style, knocked that ball into the back of the net. Lovely finish. One that Ibrahimovic should be proud of. Lovely stuff there. Gets a little cheeky kiss from the post on his way through as well. That is 2-0. Lovely stuff there. Charlie Kelman playing centre forward, playing out of position on a -3, but comes through with the goods and puts us 2-0 up in this game. Lovely, lovely stuff. This is the result we needed. Clean sheet from here, and this has been a perfect snatch and grab. A perfect Leicester City almost. Playing the ball forward now. Daroon is the man most forward for them. Slimani on the ball. Carter Vickers trying to come through and get it. I made a poor commitment there with Fisher. Adama Traore is going to try and get it in the middle. Well done there to Ozzy Kakai to get that initial block away. But it's not cleared particularly far. Daroon again working it in. Ramsdale with the easy catch. Comfortable stuff. We're just going to take our time here. We're not going to rush it. Just going to take our time. Throw it out nice and short. Off to Luke Amos. And now basically we just work this ball forward and wait for that whistle to be blown. Go on, ref. You know what to do, mate. You know what to do, ref. Any second now. There we go. Full-time whistle. 2-0 to the R's. Very happy with that. Again, with a bit of a rotated side up against a tricky Leicester side. Really good on the counter. But we were too today. We really did attack on that counter. And that second goal really was the biggest showing of that. Attacking on a perfect counter-attack. I knew that Justin was high up the pitch. I knew I needed to get that ball to Bright and work it down the wing. And thankfully, it paid off for us. Fantastic stuff. Really chuffed for Charlie Kelman. A good 45. Actually, no, it was 90 minutes for Morgan as well out on the right-hand side. He really was pretty good today. But you can see a game of very few chances, but 2 goals, and they both went to the way of QPR. Well, that's a fantastic win for us. That puts us 6 points from a possible 6 so far in the league. And now we've got our second set of the playoff games to come up next. What we'll probably do is we will probably play... Do we play or do we sim this first game? I'm almost tempted to sim the first part of this game and see how it goes. But I don't want this to become too much of a simming career because I know that people watch it as a player-long career. So actually, I've literally just convinced myself we're going to play this game. That's as simple as that. I've convinced myself there. So we're going to play this game. I'll let you know if anything happens beforehand. Otherwise, I'll see you at the starting lineup. Well, he just had a very good game and he has now gone out on loan to Santos. Hopefully that goal in the Premier League has done him a world of wonders and hopefully it'll mean he gets a little bit more game time. Let's hope and see if that is something that does happen. So good luck to Charlie Kelman. And Baka has completed his loan as well to Vitesse Arnhem, both going out for a season on loan and they'll come back hopefully even better for it. Okay, so a bit of rotation here. Seny Dieng is going to start in goal for us for the European game. Hammerleinen on the left, Webster and Masterson in the middle, resting Dickey and Carter Vickers here. Ludwig going to come in at right back. Don Bull and Agu playing as our CDM, so both changed there. Elinusi and Ilias Chair starting, so again, change to both wingers. Pepe R stays in at cam, and Obafemi is going to come in as striker. A few rotated players onto the bench as well, a couple of youngsters on there again, and Faisal Batach, who I'd like to try and get a couple of minutes on the pitch, as I do like him in real life, and I think actually he's somebody for the future. So, is he going to be in the future for us on this career mode? Maybe not. I think I might have left it a little bit late to start getting him involved, but hopefully the second round, or the second set of playoff games in the Europa League go as well as the first ones. Let's find out. As I said before, another away game. It's a rainy night as well over in whatever country this is. I will be completely honest with you. It's not a team I know. I do apologise. But we're not going to overlook them for that. We're obviously going to try our best and obviously going to try and give ourselves a good platform like we did in the other round. Try and give ourselves a platform to work off of and hopefully have a nice and easy second leg. But we've got a bit of a rotated side, but I'm still confident in the team we put out there. On you us. Oh, lovely play inside. That is Imaz through, and Seny Dieng is not going to stop it. I said I wanted to give us a nice, easy platform to work off of, and we have gone 1-0 down. That is not a good start for us at all. The really loose bit of defending there. We had no one back there, and Imaz was just in acres of space. Webster and Masterson between them, caught in no man's land. Like here, look. Webster's committed forward, and then Masterson commits forward as well, and we have no one back there. That is a very simple tap in there for Imaz. Dieng was left with nothing really to help him out, so that's a poor start. We need to get back into it now. Bosso running down the wing here. Hämäläinen is going to have to try and get back there to equal to him. And he's absolutely megged Hämäläinen. That is not good for us at all. He's played it inside again. Can we get there? Webster's been beat yet again. Hämäläinen trying to get back now. Thankfully, Elyounoussi back to try and cover with Hämäläinen as he's got an extra man over. Going to play it to the edge of the box. Agzu? Hello, Tom. Cannot speak this morning. Hämäläinen. Good tackle. Get it out. And apparently, I lied when I said good tackle. Apparently, what I meant to say was 100% definite foul. Free kick to Jag is what I'm going to say, just because that is the abbreviation in the top left. So let's try and see this free kick out. I think he's going to shoot. I'd be surprised if they cross from here. He's going to take the shot, and it is over the bar. Thank God. Pepe Ars now. We see Obafemi trying to make that run through the middle. Go on, Obafemi, mate. Go on, Obafemi. This is your chance, pal. Left foot. Finds the back of the net. Fantastic finish that is there from Obafemi. Lovely through ball from Pepe Ars as well. But Obafemi, that is all down to him. Great strength, great pace, and a great shot on his left foot there. Gets us back into this game, and that is very important. That's a very, very good run. Very impressive stuff. The keeper just starts to come out. Obafemi plays it across that far side on that left foot. That really is the perfect strike, and that puts us back into it. Obafemi getting his second goal in the Europa League so far this season, which is great to see. 1-1, and I feel a lot more confident now. Not too long left on the clock now. Probably going to see this out now to the second half. Kind of stick with this now. Pepe Ars plays it into Obafemi. Obafemi tries to hold it up, but I lose out there. I tried to sort of hold it up and then play that pass back to Pepe Ars, but I kind of wasted the chance just a little bit. Hopefully we get a chance here with this header from Conor Masterson. No, it's a good interception there from the CDM. They're probably going to get the last chance of the game if there is one. They played it inside here. Agu and Dumble trying to stay ahead of these strikers and sort of set in between the midfield and the attackers to the team. Good tackle there from Dumble as we see the first half out. Been a tricky one, I have to say. Obviously, conceding early was the worst thing that could have happened to us. But poor defence from us, honestly. We've not defended particularly well. It hasn't been a great showing from us. And now really I need to work out what I'm going to do because again, we need to get ourselves back into this one, but I don't want to go ahead and bring on too many of our starting players and just kind of ruin our chances in the next game. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off one of our CDMs, and I think I'm going to take off Aggie, so I have him potentially as an option for the next league game. And we are going to bring on Faisal Patach. Now, I know I've just brought on a 52 rated player in the hopes of trying to get back into this game. I know that sounds crazy, but for me, the league is incredibly important this season. Obviously, I want to go through, and obviously, I want to be in the Europa League. But we have got a second leg. We do have a second bite of this. So I am confident that we can bring on Faisal and still be okay for that next game anyway. But the player I'd like to try and rotate, if I can, would be Pepe Ars. Ellis Todd or Morgan will come on at some point. Ilias Chair will probably move to Cam. And then we'll bring on Morgan on the right is most likely what will happen. Obviously, with other rotation options as well, Ozzy Kakai probably will make his way on for either Ludwig or Hämäläinen, or could even come on for Webster to keep him fighting fit for the next league game as well. But second half, it's going to be a big half for us. Hopefully, it's one that sees us get ourselves back into the lead and give us a nice, healthy chance in that second leg. Let's hope so. Can I just say, Faisal Patach is the man I'm currently controlling. Faisal Patach is not as tall as Dumble. I have seen them stand next to each other. That is just not true, EA. Sort yourself out. But more pressing matters right now was that attack. But thankfully, Conor Marston's got across to it. Maybe gives us a chance to maybe start a bit of a counter here, actually, as the 6'6" Faisal Patach plays it into Pepe Ars. We play it back out here to Ilias Chair. Ilias now. Can we try and get the cross in like we did with Bright in that last league game? But we can't quite get the cross in, so we're going to play it to Pepe Ars, who's on his left foot, but going to play it to Obafemi. Back down to Pepe Ars. Good touch onto his left. Finesse with his left. Hits it just wide. Bit of a shame, I'll be honest with you. Wanted to get that one on target. But sad to say, it has just worked its way wide. Wasn't an awful shot, but was never really heading in. Obafemi on the ball. Going to try and set through Pepe Ars here. Pepe Ars on his right foot. Going to just try the strike on his right. What a finish that is. Finds that top corner. Pepe Ars gets himself a goal in European football. Things you absolutely do love to see. Very, very happy with that. That is a very, very nice finish. I'm relatively sure Pepe Ars is left-footed. If this entire time he's been right-footed and I've been trying to get those shots on his left and spooning them wide, I'm going to feel terrible. And you know what? I am going to double-check because I feel like a horrific manager if I've been doing that. He is left-footed. Okay, 4-star though. What an absolute unit of a player. And actually, that will be his chance to come off the pitch. We're going to bring on Morgan. We're going to move him to the right. Ilias Chair to Cam. And that will be a nice little bit of rotation for us. But I'm really happy to see Pepe get a goal. As you guys know, this is hopefully the season I really bring Pepe Arce into his own and try and get him up in those ratings. And just becoming a player for the future. Becoming a player at this club that we are really hoping he does turn out to be. But really good stuff. First goal in European football for Pepe Arce. He makes his way off the pitch. And Morgan, I think it's Bradley Morgan, makes his way onto the team. Again, another young player really starting to get a couple of chances here with the rotation that we do need to make in these early stages of the season. Good stuff, 2-1 up, and that's much better, much more like it. I think actually has gone out for a corner, but Webster's going to make his way off now. Ozzy Kaka's going to come on a centre-back. Again, I know I'm making the team weaker here, but I need to really focus on having these players for the league games because this season is a huge season for us. A season we're really going to try and push into that top 5. Sadly, the header from Obafemi does make his way over. But Ozzy's going to come in. I know he's more than capable of doing a job at centre-back in real life and in the game. Hopefully, he does just that today and helps us see out this lead. Morgan going to look up and find Chair. Plays it off to Dumball. Dumball bursting from the middle a little bit here. Going to play it into Obafemi. Obafemi pulls it out left because we know he has got a left foot, but he has been seen out just a little bit too much. Going to play it back to Elianusi. Edge of the box. Elianusi. It's a good effort, but it is one that was always going wide there, sadly. Wasn't ever really going to be hitting the target. But again, only a minute left. We're in that extra time. Now we just got to see this out. Not too much left. Hopefully, we can win this ball and stop them getting much of a chance. They're in their half, referee. They're in their half. If you play on, you're an absolute fraud. Of course, we win the ball, and then the whistle stops. EA, please do sort this bug out. This is clearly some form of glitch where if they've got the ball, they get an extra 2-3 minutes of added time. But regardless, we do see that game out 2-1. It was a scrappy one. We didn't make it look pretty, but we did get the result we needed, which is huge from us. Really happy to say that we have won that first leg. Again, the away leg, we do concede, but we do score more than the other team, and that is very, very important indeed. So good stuff. Very happy indeed. Well done to Obafemi. Well done to Pepe Arce, both having good games. Again, Morgan coming in and not having a bad game at all. I'm very happy with that. Well done, boys. So, obviously, that does see us to finish off this episode. We have got a couple of little things here. Been reading some stuff. Nah, Rob Dickey, mate. You're still the man. You are still the man. Wait, why? I'm very confused. You'll get that chance. He's the captain. Why? He's just been rested because he's tired. That's all it is. We've got a couple of things back from some scouts, though, just before we end off today's episode. Sorry. Lloydice is how I'm going to try and say that. Was somebody we were recommended. Very good-looking player. Apparently, he can play quite a number of positions. So that'll be something that we do potentially consider. Obviously, we'll see what's going on there. We don't really need another like defensive midfield option. I think he looks a little bit more like maybe a slightly defensive player than an attacking player, just looking at those high stats that he's got there. And he's got pretty low shooting stats. So my assumption is, honestly, that he's probably more of a CDM, which we sadly don't need too much right now. But he does look a good player. And then we've got Galan here, who's not a bad-looking player either. I got a good link, obviously, of there to Webster, obviously ex-Huesca, as we did pick him up from there. So that's a decent option to consider there with Xavi Galan, obviously 75 rated. However, one thing I'll say, obviously we were looking to potentially bring in somebody to rotate with Hämäläinen or to challenge Hämäläinen, who himself is 75 rated. So maybe just a little bit too close in rating at the moment. Maybe we look for someone a little bit younger to come in and rotate with him. But Galan is not a terrible option, so thank you, of course, to everyone who did suggest those. But that is going to be where we end today's episode. Next episode, we will have Crystal Palace at home, I believe, and then a home game against Jag, and see if we can see our way through in the Europa League and make it into the group stage. Plus, this game we probably will simulate the first half and potentially simulate the whole thing if we need to. So we might even get the Leeds game done and see ourselves into September, which I think is when the transfer window ends. I might be wrong there. Or I think, no, the transfer window, is it? Oh, I'm very confused. Is this transfer deadline day? I don't know anymore. But the main thing is, we will be working our way into the next month, potentially in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, then please do leave a like on the video. It supports me, the channel, the video, and the series out a whole bunch. If you're new to the channel, then please do hit that sub button, turn notifications on as well to be told anytime that we upload a video or indeed go live with a live stream. The next thing you'll see will be a stream this evening at 3 PM and then a video at 9. Not 3 AM. I'm not uploading a video at 3 AM. I won't do that to you. It'll be at 9 AM on Friday. So for now, guys, I want to say thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves. And of course, wash your hands.
What? Nah, his name is Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, we'll say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty games, yeah, you already know. Hursty.